Nicole Scott here from Mobile Geeks at MWC 2015. In 2013, we checked out the HTC One M7. Last year, we got to check out the HTC One M8. And well, predictably, this year, we have the HTC One M9. Let's find out if it beats this guy.
Mobile Geeks coverage of MWC 2015 is powered by ASUS. The HTC M9 remains true to the look and feel of the One series with its unibody metal design, but the M9 has a bit of added flair, offering a two-tone metal finish. What I love about the change in design is that overall the phone is much less slippery. The corners are less round and the edges of the device are much sharper. The M9 remains at 5 inches with a 1080p display. Under the hood, we've got a Snapdragon 810 processor with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. They've moved the ultra-pixel camera to the front and put in a 20-megapixel camera on the rear, which is actually capable of 4K video recording. Here we've got a sample. The version that we had didn't have final software, but you can see that there is quite some potential for the camera to perform well in good lighting conditions. On the front, they've got that 4-megapixel ultra-wide angle camera, which was actually the same one found on the M8. Which offers quite good low-light performance. The body is carved out of one piece of aluminum in over 40 steps that takes over 300 minutes and leaves only 5% of raw material after the crafting process, which is actually finished by hand. I have to admit, I'm a big fan of Sense 7. Let's take a closer look. HTC has actually done a lot to improve Sense 7. You can see right here on the home screen that things are quite different. We have this little pop-up where you can choose what kind of information is displayed for you. That's an email. I'm just going to zoom that away. Now, another thing that should be immediately obvious is that everything looks different. Now, this is a theme that I've selected, and I've selected this particular theme because I like the way that these brown accents go with the gold on the side. Now, that's just a personal preference. And then they have the icon pack here that is round. This is not your traditional HTC UI that we are kind of used to seeing. Now, I'm just going to start right in on the themes. So here you can see that this is home. Now, this is a smart kind of launcher here where it's going to use your location to change what apps are here based on whether you're out or if you're home. So now I've come home to my hotel room and these are the apps that it's suggesting that I use here. So one other thing that you could do with that is that you could say set gym, right? And when you go to the gym, you're always going to use Spotify and your workout app and lots of different things. So it's actually kind of presenting you with an intelligent way to organize your apps that is useful. Now, I got sidetracked on that because I was heading here to themes. Now, this is where I'm going to be able to customize the look and feel of my M8. So let's open this up, it's updating, and then you're going to see that there's just a ton of different themes within the store. So here you can see all of the themes are currently free, and you can even create your own themes based on an image. Now, if I can look in here, some of the fellas from Frequencies actually created a theme based on their faces. So I think maybe we'll go to My Themes. Here we go. There's good old Michael Fisher and Chris from Pocketlint created a theme pack just for me and their faces. Now, this is what is very cool about themes, that you can choose a photo and then it will actually go and scan the photo for the colors. And then here, it's creepily offered me some flesh-colored icons to go with their faces. I mean, this may not be the most luxurious or like classy example of how themes can be customized, but at the same time, it just shows you that it's just a few clicks away from being exactly the thing that you want. Now, clearly I didn't want them to do this when I left my phone at the bar last night, but that's what I get for leaving my phone at the bar last night. Now you can see that everything's free. Later on, you're going to be able to maybe create some themes and put them in here and maybe sell them. So that's just something that's a little different that's happened. Now, you'll notice I've been, clicking around here and there's another button there. So this is to pull down my notification bar, and now I love that. Now the HTC lineup has always just been a little bit long because of, you know, the boom sound speakers. Wouldn't give them up for the world, but at the same time, I cannot reach the notification bar. My thumb just can't get there. So now HTC has gone and said, you know what? We get that. Boom, boom. And you can just go right in. Now, let's just take a look at the settings to see what else we have here. Now, I repersonalize. All this stuff is kind of standard, but let's just go into display and gestures. So we have glove mode like we have before, but motion launch gestures. So we have this whole section where we've got double tap to wake up. I haven't had any problems with this. A couple of the guys have said that they have had trouble with that, but I haven't had any. Swipe down to turn down during voice calling, and volume button to launch the camera. Now, I do love that that's happened. Now, one of the things about the buttons on the side that I think I should note right now is that, you know, the iPhone has put their button a lot higher, and I think that might train a lot of people to expect the button to be higher. But with my, you know, average size hands, my thumb's up here, right? So I think that HTC probably should have put the button a little bit higher. And then it's problematic here because, well, they've made the volume buttons separate buttons. So the power button is a little bit textured, so you can actually feel the difference, but that's not what I want to be doing. I don't want to be feeling the difference for the buttons. If they'd made this a rocker, maybe better quality than what was on the M8, that would have been great. But I really do like the placement down here on the side. Now let's just head back over into Sense 6 to just check out Blink Feed. Now here's Varun, he's showing us something there. But one thing that hasn't come up that will happen to you definitely when you get the phone is that HTC has actually included some geolocation stuff within this section here. So Yelp is one of them, and it will actually suggest like, oh, what do you want to go next door and eat, blah, 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 something, something. So that's not my favorite thing that's happened, but at the same time, just be aware that that is something that is coming.
So if that wasn't enough for you, we have a ton of comparison videos, the S5, the Z3, the LG G3. If you're wondering how your existing smartphone stacks up against the HTC M9, check out the playlist below. If you like this video, why not subscribe to our channel? And we are here all week with MWC 2015 coverage. I'm your host, Nicole Scott, for Mobile Geeks.